sinilah tempat ayah ibuku percaya takkan ada batas untuk mimpiku bergerak, belajar, tumbuh jadi pelita, terangi langkah ceria. Tempat aku membuka mata, mengenal indahnya dunia, melangkah bersama, berkarya untuk Indonesia. Bangga jika jadi sekolah kita. Disinilah tempat mata hatiku terbuka, takkan ada hati belajar bila tak bisa menjadi arti untuk sesama, temani langkah mulia. Tempat aku membuka mata, mengenal indahnya dunia, melangkah bersama, berkarya untuk Indonesia. Bangga jika jadi sekolah kita. Jadilah warga dunia, pribadi bahagia, ajak hati belajar merdeka. Asahlah dirimu menjadi berdaya, buka hati dan mata, cerdas bermakna, rumah kedua kita. Tempat aku membuka mata, mengenal indahnya dunia, melangkah bersama, berkarya untuk Indonesia. Bangga jika jadi sekolah kita. Membuka mata, mengenal indahnya dunia, melangkah bersama, berkarya untuk Indonesia. Bangga jika jadi sekolah kita. Bangga jika jadi sekolah kita.
Good afternoon, respected teachers, mentors, guests, parents, and beloved students. So welcome to the students' individual presentation of Year 12 Culminating Projects. So thank you for coming today. But first and foremost, let me introduce myself. My name is Audi, and I will be your moderator for these sessions. So after going through the journey of the high school for the past 3 years, so all the Year 12 students will go through the Culminating Projects. So this project also is a medium for the students to demonstrate the CIkal competencies they have developed throughout the years. So they investigated the needs in the community and then proposed an action plan in order to solve the issues. So today, they will present their journey from the past 9 months in this project. So before we begin with the individual students' presentations in these last sessions, let me give you a friendly reminders about what to expect for the next few hours. So we have a few students of the year 12 here that will present the culminating projects. So each of the students will have a maximum of 10 minutes. And after all the presentation are done, so we will open a question and answer sessions. The audience are more than welcome to ask questions to the presenters during the Q&A sessions. And also, don't forget to also left the words of appreciations and support using the chat rooms. So this year's theme for the project is the Exploring Today, Reshaping Tomorrow. This project is aiming to achieve the targeted competency and dimensions. So we see this culminating project as one of the ways to elevate the students' creativity to solving the issues that they present in their CP. So I think that was enough to briefly explain the concept of the culminating project. Now let's get on the presentation part. So on this fourth session, we actually have 6 presenters here. We have Radiza Qisha Muliawardhana. We also have Bagus Arya Kencana. We have Biru Laut. And then Arvan Nabasa Gultom, Patrick Agastya Rama Kusmajadi. And the last one is going to be Nicholas Daffa Alfansyah. Okay, so without further ado, we're going to start for our first presenter. So please give a warm welcome to our first presenter, Radiza Qisha Muliawardhana. Radiza, the time is yours.
Okay, first, I would like to thank you, Miss Albina, for the opportunity and time for today's event and presentation. Um, as you uh, Today, I will be talking about something that has taught me a lot of lessons throughout the years, and this project is actually means a lot to me since it comes from a very personal reason. It is to love to learn, and what the topic and what the project is about is I am here trying to help myself feel better, and as well as to help my younger self to feel better and safer. As I said in the very beginning, the issue comes from my past experience, and in this age, I have found a way to express my feelings and my understanding, and that is through making a children's book about the understanding of separation and divorce. Why I choose this topic? Because it has gotten to my intention that this specific topic was not yet openly talked about in Indonesia, as what I heard. And in this country, we lack children's book about this specific topic as well. And according to my professionals and trusted sources, in during this pandemic, the cases has increased. So that made me feel like, okay, maybe I will try to make something for not just for me, but also for other kids and children's, and as well as the parents. And so yes, after years of struggle, I have one wish, and that is to give more understanding and comfort to children out there who has experienced this or is going through this, and hopefully not just the children, but the parents as well, because this all process is both learning process for the parents and the children. And the book is called Rumi and His Little Love. As you can see in the top left, there is my book title called Rumi and His Little Love. There's a few pages that I put in the presentation, and Rumi is based on a dinosaur, but since it will look like a blob, and but you guys can interpret Rumi as anything you want. Okay. For the timeline, this whole project started from back in September. That's where I started my research, my brainstorm, and all that for the project and the theme and stuff. And I started my interviews as well with 2 child psychologists and a parent who is a witness of a close friend's divorce. So I get from a professional perspective and as well as a witness. And that is also where I start my sketching, my getting all the inspirations. And then moving on to December to February, that's where I start making my product. That is where I face my challenges because there's so much ups and downs when making the product, especially writing the story, because again, it's very personal to me. And then finally in February to March, I have finalized my product and I printed out the books. That is all the gist for the timeline. Um, for Chikal dimensions, there are three actually, the three main Chikal dimensions that I think that I relate very much in this whole project. That's communicative, caring, and reflective. But I think the biggest one is reflective, as this project is very personal, and I'm trying to reflect on something. I'm trying to pass something in my past. I'm trying to get through something, and it's about to reflect something on myself and my past. Um, Lastly, I think my biggest reflection is this: it takes time, and that's okay. Whether it's about this whole project itself, or about the topic, or whatever issue that me or other people is going through, it will take time. Anything, whatever it is, it takes time, and that's okay. Because, as what my best friend said to me always, everyone has their own pace and everyone will go through their own pace. So it's okay to, take your own time and try to process all the things that each step by step. And I think that is all from me today. So thank you very much.
Wow, what a powerful project, Radiza. Thank you so much for sharing your journey. So let's check a bit on the comment section. There's keren, Radiza. Woohoo! So there's a lot of word of encouragement for Radiza here. So again, for all of the audience, please give her a virtual round of applause using the chat rooms, everyone. So thank you, Radiza. So all right, we're going to move on to the next presenters. So please welcome for our second presenter is Bagus Arya Kencana.
Hey, that's it. Hello, I'm Arya from Year 12. Today, I'm gonna presentation my product about Jakarta to New People. Okay, in this presentation, I ask about Citayam Fashion Week. Citayam Fashion Week adalah fashion show yang dilakukan para remaja di Duku Atas, Jakarta Pusat. Nah, kemudian setelah fashion show ini dilakukan, ada dampak yang terjadi. Salah satunya volume sampah di Duku Atas meningkat 2 kali lipat, bahkan 12 kantong sampah terkumpul dalam sehari, khususnya sampah plastik. Nah, kemudian untuk dari dimensi tersebut sudah sesuai dengan dimensi empowering member of just sustainable and peaceful global society, yang artinya tentang masalah sosial, kekuatan, perdamaian, dan dunia. Terus untuk smart goal, dari hal tersebut saya ingin mengetahui terkait permasalahan Citayam Fashion Week. Terus dari action setelah fashion show tersebut terjadi juga ada dampak negatif lain yang muncul, seperti misalkan ada anak tidur sembarangan dan sampah yang berserakan di tengah jalan. Terus kemudian ini dia foto-foto dari survei. Lalu di poster ini saya mengisi tentang kampanye menjaga kebersihan dan ketertiban di tempat umum. Nah, pada produk ini telah menghasilkan dampak positif seperti masyarakat bisa diingat lagi dari fungsi fasilitas di tempat umum dan bisa menjaga kebersihan. Nah, dari refleksi kita bisa mereflek terkait perilaku apa yang kita lakukan, apakah positif atau negatif. Terus mungkin itu aja. Sekian, terima kasih dari presentasi.
All right, what a powerful project. Thank you so much, Arya, for sharing your journey with us. So let's check some of the comment here. You can see, go Arya, Arya semangat. Okay, so there's a lot of word of encouragement as well for Arya. Yeah. So again, please give him a round of applause using the chat box, everyone's for Arya. Okay then, so right now we're going to move on to the next presenters, our third presenters. Please welcome Biru Laut. So Rola, the time is yours.
Right. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Selamat siang, salam sejahtera bagi kita semuanya. Om Swastiastu, Namo Buddhaya, salam kebajikan. Good day, everyone. My name is Rula, and today I'm given an opportunity to share about my Culminating project. So, why this issue? I enjoy watching films and playing video games, and I noticed that there are people, especially those with disabilities, who are unable to enjoy these things unless they have proper assistance. These proper assistances are present in the form of accessibility features such as captions for the deaf, maybe you've likely seen it on Netflix, and visual description or audio description for the blind, which you may have not seen on Netflix. In the modern age, providing these accessibility features is something easy to do. The difficult part lies in the lack of awareness that people have over these features. For example, producers don't realize the importance of these features, and the consumers don't realize the existence of these features. So before I made the product, I started with the audience research, which was a Google Form survey made to determine how familiar the target audience is to accessibility features and how their importance is valued. So as you can see on the right, I started with an opening question, which is, do you enjoy watching film, television, or other similar media such as YouTube? This way we can determine that most of the recipients of the survey are people who actively consume film media. This is then followed with a few other questions, which is, when watching a film or TV series, have you ever seen the option to enable subtitles that also describes the audio in the scene? Which, if you don't know, is generally just closed captions. A lot of people said yes, but some even said no. Some even said no. This is then followed with the question of, when watching a film or TV series, have you ever seen the option to have a voice narrate and describe the scene? Which has more diverse answers. There are more no answers, there are more maybe answers, and there are less yes answers. The next question is, have you ever wondered what these features are for? And a whopping 59% said no, that they do not know what these features, these closed captions and visual description features are for. So then the final question is, do you consider these features important? Which, even if they don't know, based on the survey, I think that most of them think that, yes, these features are important. So from this, I made a final product. The final product is a series of informational graphics spanning multiple Instagram posts. I made the choice to upload it on Instagram. Each post has its own topic. There are 5 posts, 6 including the sort of title post. Topics range from the explanation of what accessibility is, apa itu aksesibilitas, continued with the different examples of accessibility, such as berbagai bentuk aksesibilitas, and lastly, the importance of accessibility, or mengapa aksesibilitas penting. So the design process, I wanted to find a format that is easier to consume and brief without giving too little information. So the product started with a video, but time constraints made it difficult for me to do that, and I opted for graphics instead. So to make a video, you need a script, right? So I already had a script, and I just converted that script into the graphics that you have seen. For the choice of language, I chose Indonesian, and I'd say it's somewhat formal, tidy Indonesian, because I wanted this product to reach as much people as possible. And I think in the target community, my target community, which is the CIkal community and the general public, I think that it would be easier for them to understand Indonesian than English, even though I'm pretty sure most understand English too, but I think that Indonesian would reach more people. So the personal reflection, this project taught me to seek assistance. I think I am a very difficult person when it comes to asking for help. So this project taught me that asking for help is okay, and I don't need to do this project alone, even if it's a personal project. They asked me to relate this project to CIkal dimension, so I said relating to caring and reflective. Caring because, well, it shows that I care for the community. If you notice, this project isn't really about giving accessibility to the disabled. This is more about, because that's already established and that is something very easy to do. This project is really more about making people aware about the fact that there are these features that make it easier for the disabled to consume the same media that we, the non-disabled, consume. Another dimension is reflective, where we can see I made a post-product survey, which can show the comprehension that the participants, the recipients, have over the subject after they view my product. The questions are, did you take more notice of these features after viewing my product? And 87% said yes, but 12% said no. But then the next two questions have 100% answers, which are, did my product improve your understanding of what these features are for? And after viewing my product, do you consider these features any more or less important? So I think this is where reflectiveness comes in, because not only, so the end goal isn't just the product, is to make the target audience understand about the issue, right? So this way, with the post-product survey, I can understand if my product had reached its goal or not. And that's the end of my presentation. Thank you.
Okay, what an insightful and cool project. Thank you, Biru, for sharing your journey with us today. So also for the audience, don't forget to please give him a virtual round of applause for Biru. And then also don't forget also share some word of encouragement. Okay, so I think we're ready to moving on to the fourth presenters for today. So please welcome Arvan, Nabasa, Gultom. Arvan, the time is yours.
Hello everyone, my name is Arvan and my CPU is about future-oriented jobs campaign. This topic came up because I see a lot of people in Indonesia who choose the wrong major, and I'm afraid that I'm one of them. Based on detik.com, 87% of Indonesian college students chose the wrong major. From different sources, 53% of ITB students also chose the wrong major. Therefore, I initiated a program to help high school students to choose the right path for their future. The product is I make an Instagram account. I'll make a poster where I will post it to Instagram. This is the QR code if you wanna get it, open the Instagram account. The result is, until now, I already made 4 posters and gained 16 followers on Instagram. And during the CP, I faced a lot of challenges. One of them is breaking my leg, which I can't go to school for 2 months, and it kind of disturbed everything. Reflection. From doing my CP, I've learned a lot. One of them is time management. I had to manage my time to do my CP and do other tasks. And I hope my CP will help others to choose choose the right path for your future. And if I did not break my leg, I would have made my CP better by collaborating with our student, I was, which it was going to happen, but for some reason we decided to do it ourselves. Thank you.
Thank you, Arvan, for sharing your journey with us today. What a great project that you have. So also please give Arvan a round of virtual applause using the chat rooms. And also, I want to remind the audience that we're going to have a Q&A sessions later after we finish with all of the presentations. So don't forget to leave a comment for or leave a questions for all of the presenters here that uh, we're going to do that later during the Q&A sessions. Okay, so I think we are ready to moving on to the next presenters. We have Patrick Agastya Rama Kusmajadi. Patrick, the time is yours.
Hello everyone, my name is Patrick, and this is my culminating project, the Biru Laut, and you already think that that's the point. As you already seen, we are already starting with the background. So for this project, I actually chose to make a board game or a tabletop, as people can call it. The reason I choose to make board games is that the problem people develop from prolonged use of technology can be detrimental to oneself. These problems being people don't develop their social skills at a young age. This is an issue because before the digital age or before the internet became as popular as it is now, children usually talk to each other more in real life. Therefore, they develop more. Therefore, they develop more basic fundamental methods of communication. Another reason is to focus on Another reason is to focus on the self-gratification part of this. Instant gratification is when your brain achieves quick hits of dopamine through things like video games and social media. The negative impact of constant exposure to instant gratification is the inability to enjoy more simple things in life. Therefore, new solutions to decrease this habit is needed to avoid these negative effects. What I have done to make the board game or tabletop, as people can call it, is I before I actually did anything, I actually researched the issue first, and then I made a survey. I made a survey of what what I mostly made a survey about what people would most likely want in the tabletop game. And then after the survey, I started to design the solution, which is the board game or the tabletop. Designing the prototype, and then I started designing the prototype of the Prof 30 and then I got a bunch of people to game test it for me. I got a lot of people to game test it for me. And every feedback I got, I just used it to improve my game more and more. Then at some point, I had a final game test, and then after that entire thing, I made an essay about the entire thing. So this is my reflection. It's mostly talking about the challenges I have, and the challenges I had were my habit of procrastinating in everything and my grand vision for this game. how I overcame these. The first being the procrastination is I remember that these projects have a deadline and time doesn't last forever. If I remember correctly, the fear boosted my productivity, and how I conquered my grand vision was by my teacher telling me that I could make the one I wanted to make as a personal project, and also consider about being realistic due to the time and sources I currently have. From this project, I learned that maybe I should spend more time in the real world or do something other than do high dopamine activities all the time. I learned that board games need, and I also learned that board games need to be simple for new players to catch on to. Even if I say this, I am still gonna engage within high dopamine activities because I'm pretty sure I'm very much addicted a little. Moving on. Uh, This isn't something special, but I'd like to say within the top I share competency for this project, I was emotionally, spiritually, and morally rich due to the need for me to take criticism and revising my game as needed, even if it meant removing one of my favorite mechanics in the game. Thank you.
Thank you, Patrick. What a cool project. So, thank you for sharing your journey with us today. I saw that there's a lot of support for Patrick here. Go, Patrick! So proud. So there's a lot of the audience here who are supporting Patrick here. Okay, so please also give a round of applause, virtual applause for Patrick as well, using the chat rooms. I also want to remind the audience here today that we're going to have a Q&A sessions at the end of the presentations later on. So feel free to send any questions for the presenters. Okay, then. So we're actually already on the last presenters, our six presenters for today. So please welcome Nicholas, Daffa, Alfansyah. Nico, the time is yours.
Halo, nama aku Niko Daffa Alfansyah. Ini Niko akan mempresentasikan tentang jagalah kucing liar. Di perlindungan kucing di Indonesia masih banyak isu yang perlu tingkah diperhatikan. Actionnya banyak orang masih membuang kucing dan menyiksa kucing liar. Smart Gole ingin mempermasalahkan supaya tidak ada suka membuang kucing dengan sembarangan. Jika dimensinya hal ini memiliki kesadaran sosial dan evaluasi aksi di dimensi dan posternya ini saya mengisi adalah tentang perlindungan kucing liar ditelantarkan. Untuk remembernya kita harus menjaga kucing liar dan suka memberi makan kucing liar. Referensinya dari produk ini bisa terkait dengan perlindungan kucing yang ada di Indonesia. Ini kalau misalnya ada yang mau TikTok, aku tentang video kucing di sini. Terima kasih.
Thank you so much, Nico. Thank you, Nico, for the impactful project that you have done. So thank you so much for sharing your journey, Nico, with us. So don't forget to also give a round of virtual applause for Nico using the chat from here, using the chat box. I also want to remind again that for all of the audience here, you can leave a word of encouragement, word of support, and also the questions for the presenters. Okay, so actually, with that, all of the presenters have done presenting their journey. So next up, I would like to invite the audience to ask the questions to the presenters. So we're going to begin the Q&A sessions after this. Are you ready, guys? Everyone's here? Okay, then. So While waiting for the questions to be written in the chat box, I actually have one questions that I want to ask to all of you here. So actually, you guys have done a long journey, right, of completing your projects. So you must found some interesting discovery of the process of making your project, right? You must find something like interesting. So what was your most valuable discovery throughout this project? Anyone wants to start answering these questions? Can we start probably from our first presenter, Iza, to answer the question?
Oh, okay. Um, hmm, if to be completely honest, not so much new interesting stuff that I've discovered, but it's more to that it made me realize that making a book is not easy, um, especially for children's book. I love children's book. Like I love how colorful it is and all the different kind of types of illustrations. But it made me realize how difficult it is and how many and there's so much step that you have to do in order to make the perfect children's book. So I think that's the answer for me for that first question. Yes.
So the journey of finding out like how to make a perfect children book is that. Okay, so thank you, Diza, for answering the question. How about the others? Still same question, like what was the most valuable discovery that you found throughout this project? Probably Arya wants to answer the questions.
Not mystery. Okay,
Yeah, what
I think it's okay, and I think that's all. So it's like, hmm, yes, it's good.
Oke, mungkin ini ya di pertanyaannya Miss ulang lagi. Kira-kira ada sesuatu yang Arya temuin yang seru nggak? Yang sesuatu yang seru yang Arya temukan selama proses pengerjaan proyek ini? Pasti banyak dong. Kira-kira apa nih? Satu aja.
Ya, pasti ada yang seru-seru sih. Ya kalau serunya ya kayak saya jadi tahu sih kayak kita berarti harus lebih banyak berperilaku seperti apa gitu dari perilaku yang udah kita lakukan gitu. Mungkin itu aja sih dengan
Okay, thank you Arya for answering the questions. I think we have some of the questions from the chat box here that is being asked for some of the presenters here. Okay, let's check if there is any questions that is being asked to the presenters. Okay, so we have a question for Diza, specifically for Diza. So how do you make your book more accessible? How is it?
Um, I think no. I am planning to ask if I am my plan was to ask help from the school and as well as from a company. No, uh, from someone that I know that is from the book industry, and that's my first plan to ask for help from them to give out the book out there, and also for tomorrow's exhibition, I'll be presenting the book there. So now everyone can see what the book looks like and what's inside. So, and it is for sale. So,
Okay, so you
that's
have actually a future plan to reach out more to the outside world,
yes.
right? Okay, good job, Diza, for answering those questions. We might have also another questions for ya untuk Arya nih lagi. Bagaimana sih Arya perasaanmu saat mengerjakan Siti? Ada kesulitan nggak kira-kira?
Ya biasa aja. Kalau ada yang sulit juga, ya saya tetap bisa kerjain.
Oke, keren banget ya Arya ya. Walaupun ada yang sulit tetap bisa ngerjain. Good. So let's move on to the next question. Probably there's a questions for Biru. Oh yeah, questions for Biru from Pak Nala. How do you know that your products can be answer to your issues? How can you make sure for that?
Yeah, I said it before in the presentation that I made sure by doing a post-product survey. Not only did I share the product, but I also shared a survey to determine the understanding, the newly gained understanding of the target audience after they viewed my project.
Okay, so understanding the target audience is important for you, yeah. Okay then, so another questions, probably for the others presenter as well. Is there any question from, okay, so there's a question for Arvan and Patrick. Are you satisfied with your product? So if you had the opportunity to redo them, so what would you do differently? We can, Arvan probably going to answer first and then after that, Patrick.
I'm not really satisfied with my product because that was not what I'm planning to do at first. I was going to collaborate with other students, and I'm going, and then I canceled on that. Then I was going to make a podcast, but because we're short on time, so then I'll make this.
Okay, but you actually planning something that you haven't planned before and then make this, right? Make a brand new things.
Yes.
That's actually cool. How about Patrick? Is there anything that you want to redo, Patrick, about your product or your project?
So, let me see the question again. Honestly, I believe that the concept of my product had a lot of potential, but I don't think it had reached that potential. Um, I got a criticism. It didn't really like affect me that much, but it did resonate with me. My game felt too boring. My game felt too common. Yeah. It just like it didn't have that kick, you know. You know what it's like, just like eating something just with salt and pepper. I mean, like it can be good sometimes, but you know, that's the concept of it. Like it could be better if you use a little bit more spice. If I had to redo it, if I had to do it all over again, maybe maybe it's not the kayak. Maybe sometimes it's to answer the second question. What I meant to say was, I think I would prefer doing something before this project happened, like maybe play more board games to get the gist of like what makes for more of an exciting gameplay. Uh, and what I'd actually redo first is like I have to make an objective first. Next time I have to make an objective first, and then I have to make getting to that objective enjoyable for everyone, or and maybe add a little bit more competitiveness in order to get a rush or something. Which gets
Great answer, Patrick. Thank you for that answers. I think I can also ask that same questions to Nico. So Nico, what do you think? Like, if there is something different that you want to change inside your product, do you want to change something? Do you want to redo something? Atau mau diganti nggak kira-kira kalau ada sesuatu yang kayak ada yang menurut Niko kurang memuaskan atau bagaimana kalau diberi kesempatan untuk ngulangin lagi ada sesuatu yang mau diganti nggak buat Niko?
Nggak ada sih, paling ya itu sih karena masih banyak orang yang suka bilang suka ya membuang kucing atau itu sih, nggak ada sih.
Jadi udah puas ya, udah
Ya,
satisfied
puas.
with the project. Good. Okay. So do we have another questions here inside the chat box? Let me see it. Okay. Okay, so we have a question for all of the presenters. So let's after this answer it one by one. Adakah yang berbeda? Adakah yang berbeda dari saat presentasi prototype? Jika ada, bagaimana bisa berbeda ya? So, if there are differences during your prototype presentation, if there is any, which one that is actually different? Okay, so we might want to start from Radiza to answer these questions.
From that presentasi prototype to now, yes, there's a lot of changes actually, especially on the product itself. Karena my first plan was to make 3 separated books, but that was a bit. When I thought about that again, like I had second thoughts on it because it was a bit too difficult for me to divide the stories at that time. So I was like, no. So at the end, I am here with just one book. The story is full in there. So that's a change from prototype to now.
Okay, so there is a change during your prototype presentation up until right now. How about Rola, Biru? Do you have any changes?
I don't quite remember, but I think on the prototype presentation, I put that the final product was going to be a video essay, and instead I did an Instagram account this time, right? So yes, you could say that it's different, but I'd argue that yeah, it is different, but it is also the same since the product is that sort of script, that sort of information that I'm going to give out. That is the product that I have compiled. So yeah, it is both. It is both change. It has both change from a video essay to the Instagram account, but it has also the information that I am conveying is the same. It stays the same.
Okay, how about Arya nih? Gimana Arya? Ada beda nggak yang perbedaan dari saat presentasi prototype sama yang sekarang? Is there any changes? Ada perbedaan nggak kira-kira?
Perbedaannya di slide-nya sih, kayaknya kalau yang ini lebih banyak.
Okay, only on the slide ya?
Ya.
Okay, similar question mungkin ya, pertanyaan yang sama juga for Niko. Gimana, ada yang beda nggak kira-kira Niko?
Perbedaannya paling ya dari berapa slide-nya juga beberapa dari kayak slide-nya sama paling beberapa lebih agak lumayan jauh sih, tapi nggak jauh-jauh banget perbedaan. Gitu.
Okay, how about Arvan and Patrick? Still same question. So, is there any changes between today's your presentation and during your prototype presentations? Can we have Patrick first, probably, to answer the questions? No, Patrick.
Okay, I will try my best. Okay, let's see. The difference between right now and the prototype had more methods, had more, just like more complications. Maybe most of the ones in the prototype was a lot of the details and a lot of the stuff, a lot of the methods were completely unnecessary. Um, yeah, that's what's different. But now, the difference now being, the prototype had too many methods, and the current version has um, and the current version doesn't have enough methods.
I see. Okay. How about Arvan? Is there any differences between today's and your prototype presentations?
There's actually a lot of different starting from the product. I was supposed to make a I was supposed to collab with other students, and, and then I was supposed to make a podcast. Now I'm stuck with it. Now I make this.
Okay, so the differences with the product, yeah. Okay, thank you so much everyone for answering the questions. I think we have one more rooms for another questions, and I want to ask these questions for everyone. Actually, this is a question for everyone. Is there any continuations from this project? Are you going to like continue this project after CP? Okay, let me Rula first. Okay, you can answer the questions.
No, I have no plans on continuing this project after CP.
So no planning yet, yeah, to continue this after CP. Okay then. How about Patrick? Do you have any plan to continue this project after CP?
As my teacher said, as my mentor said, when I was actually doing this project, my mentor told me that when I have to move the mechanics I like, she told me that you can do it when in your free time or for yourself, like not for CP right now, but like for yourself, not right now. So tetapi kayak maybe it will be a completely different game than what you would be seeing this current version. Because yeah, all I can say is even if I did, it would be far too different, and I think the goals would just be monetary gain or just money or fun. I don't know, something like that.
Okay, thank you so much Patrick for answering this questions. How about Arya nih, gimana Arya? Ada kepikiran nggak mau ngelanjutin proyeknya nanti setelah CP selesai?
Belum ada sih.
Masih belum ada ya. How about Diza? Do you plan to actually continue this?
I actually do plan to continue this because this idea of making children's book was first a personal project that I thought about with my friend. And then so I put in my seat in my final project. So I was like, okay, I think I will and want to continue this book, this series. So yeah.
Great. How about Arvan? We also plan to continue this project, Arvan?
No, I don't think so. I don't think I'm going to continue it.
Oke, how about Nico nih yang terakhir? Ada planning untuk lanjutin nggak setelah CP projectnya?
Belum ada sih kayaknya, belum ada untuk lanjutin.
Okay, thank you so much everyone for answering all of the questions. You can see also in the comment section, there's a lot of word encouragement for you guys. Thank you so much for all of your wonderful work, guys. So I would also like to thank the audience as well for all of the questions and feedbacks given to the presenters. It's very delightful to see such impactful and powerful projects of all presenters during the CP presentations. Okay, so don't forget again. So let's give all of the presenters today another virtual round of applause and words of encouragement for their achievement. Yay! Congratulations, everyone. Okay, so before we close today's event, so I would like to also remind you that this event actually doesn't stop today. So we hope to see all of you tomorrow because there will be an exhibitions with all of the year 12 students at Teras Kota. So everyone can visit Teras Kota ground floor from 9 a.m. until 1 p.m. So lastly, I would like to one more time say thank you to all of the audience here today, the mentors, the fellow students, proud parents, and also respected guests. Thank you for having me as a host. Good afternoon, and see you in the exhibition tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Disinilah tempat ayah ibuku percaya takkan ada